Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be diving back into our re-upholstering our rear seat on our 66 Mustang. So stick around if you'd like to see how we do it. Alright guys, so here are the materials that we're going to use for the re-upholstery right here. We have some burlap that's going to go over the seat frame first. Then we have some 2-inch foam cushion. And then we also picked up some natural cotton batting that we're going to put over that. And then we're going to put the cover on top of everything and hoggering it all down. So we will get started on this and see how it works out. All right, so what we're going to be doing first right here is before we cover this part with some burlap, we're going to tackle this part right here. It had a little, I believe like about a 3.5-inch strip that was right in here, and that way it prevents your cotton or your batting from falling back into here. So we have a listing wire right here, as well as we have another one right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure the amount that we need. We're going to cut it out of our burlap over here, and then we're going to start hoggering it together and then connecting it to the frame right here first. Once we do that, then we'll move on to the seat, the actual springs right here, and we'll put burlap over that and get that hoggering down, and then we'll start on the padding. All right, so it's actually about 3 3/4 is the total gap right there. All right, so in order to try and get a straight cut on this right here, I'm gonna kind of clamp this down and try and get a good cut across here, and then from there measure over and do that. Okay, so it's not the straightest, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fold it over like this, and that way it'll hold the listing wires into there, and then I can clamp it with the listing wires in there, or I can hoggering it with them in there. So hopefully that should do it for us here. All right guys, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna start right here and just kind of work my way down, and I'll keep measuring as I go down, because I am gonna have to fold this other side in as well over the next listing rod. So I'm gonna do this to make sure that I keep my 3 3/4 inch spacing all the way down here as I go. All right guys, so we got our burlap installed right here with our listing wires across the top. Now what we're going to do is we're going to lay out our burlap across the top portion of our seat right here, and we're going to cut it to size, and we'll start hoggering that in there and get to it, and then we should be able to do the foam and then the cotton batting next. All right guys, so we've gone ahead and we've gotten our burlap installed on this right here. We got it hoggering down all the way around right here, and then also up at the very top, we also got our burlap installed up there. So next we should be moving on to our foam. So let's grab our foam and let's get it cut to size, and we'll see how that works out. Now, one thing that I saw in another video is you can, in order to trim foam out, a lot of people like to use electronic or electric carving knives, like you would for like meat or something like that. Another video that I saw, they recommended just using a hacksaw blade. So I'm going to try this, see how it works, try and cut out the shape that I need with the foam, and we'll see how it works. Alright guys, so I think this hacksaw blade worked okay. It's a little bit rough, but you know, it got the job done. The next thing that I'm going to be doing right here is working on the top portion. Originally I was thinking about just trying to roll this over and just do it like that. I think what I'm going to do though is I am going to cut this off all the way across down, or all the way across, and I'm going to cut it off right here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set it into the top groove right here where the upper burlap is. And then I have some cotton batting that I can kind of roll over the entire thing, and I think that'll kind of bring it all together, and then we should be able to put the cover on and see how it goes. Alright guys, now that I have the foam on the back seat, I'm going to wrap over the cotton batting over this, and then from there I think we're going to try and see if we can get this put together here. Alright guys, so far I think it's gonna work out. This is kind of similar to how it was before. It had, before it didn't have any foam, but it had a bunch of cotton kind of filling, but that's pretty much all that it was before. Now I have cotton, this cotton right here, as well as I have the foam underneath, which kind of brings it up a little bit. And then the excess cotton they had tucked around the sides before as well. So I think that's about kind of how they had it. I'm going to try putting the cover on now and see how that goes. If I need to stuff more into there, you know, we'll take it back apart and do that. But I think that's what we're going to try next, is try putting the cover on here. Now there is one thing I want to point out to you right here. Up on the top part of this right here, there is there's a channel where you're going to need to run the listing wire from your old seat. So when you're taking apart your old seat, make sure you pull this out. It's on the very top of your old cover. So this is gonna go through here, and this is what's gonna hold the hog rings onto the back side right here. All right, so I got a couple hog rings in here around the listing wire and into the frame right here. I'm gonna try and kind of bring this all up and around the entire seat right here. From what I was researching on some videos I had seen before, as well as just on some things that I was reading, is you don't want to start here and go around. You want to start here and go across right there. That way you're not fighting it kind of all the way around right there. You want to kind of pull it evenly from my understanding. So that's what I'm going to try and do. I might try and get another one or two over here, and then I'll switch over to the other side and start working on that side and see what we can do. But in the first, I'm going to try and kind of pull this up all around the seat right here to see if I can get it all into there. Say so far it's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that so far. We'll keep on doing what we're doing here. I'm just trying to work at the same pace on each side, so I'll get a couple done here, move over to here, do a couple, and then vice versa right there. I think that's definitely the best way to do this right here. All right, guys, I'm pretty happy with that right there. I'd say that looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna move on to this side over here and see if we can get it finished up here. All right, guys. So there we have it. This is the upper back seat in the '66 Mustang Coupe. I'd say it turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the results on it. It wasn't too bad stretching the vinyl around. There's about one part that I messed up on, but you live and learn. Especially, I'm pretty happy with it considering it's my first time doing upholstery. Yeah, this is how it turned out. I'd say the top looks pretty decent right up here as well. Pretty solid up there. Really not, I don't see any wrinkles really in here. There's a little crease right here. I think that's from laying on the on my table right here. There's a tiny little bit of an indentation right here. I'm gonna try and stuff a little bit of foam just back into that area right there, and that'll bring it out a little bit. But other than that, I mean, I'm really happy with this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you like it, what you think about it. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this part 2 of reupholstering your rear seats in the '66 Mustang. The final part of this, we're gonna redo the bottom part of it. Now, one thing I do want to touch on this right here is on the back of this, you'll see. On the factory one, it had wires running through the burlap back here. I chose not to reuse those. Once again, the piece that they were in was all just ratty and just all messed up. And I didn't really want to reuse it. So I just went with the burlap. I think it'll be okay, considering I got the foam, and then I got the cotton batting right here. So I think it'll all work out pretty good. Again, thank you very much for watching. This is where we'll end part 2 of the reupholstery series, and we'll finish up next week, hopefully, on the bottom rear seat. So again, thank you very much for watching, and I hope you're enjoying the content. If you do, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It greatly helps out. Thank you.